Welcome to a duo casted game, and boy is it good to be back with you guys. I know you saw some single ones with Matt, but I am back by popular demand. In the north side of the map, we have Torgale playing as Set.
And spawning in at the south side of the map, we have Underworld Showdown participant HUSKSUPPE playing as Odin. And I am really excited for this game, and I'm excited to be back. As most of you know, Jay and I we've got full-time jobs, and let me tell you, we've had a hell of a week, and we have not been able to actually get on and do a duo-casted game, which is why I did the solo one, but we're back, and we're going to get recordings of every player in the tournament. If we can get replay files for them, we're doing a duo cast. So I just wanted to call that out. We're excited to be back, excited to get more content out here. Jay, you want to talk about this matchup at all?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a little bit of a treat today. Torgale is playing Set, which is his actual most played champion, our Pantheon god. He plays Ra, Odin. Ooh, no, sorry, wrong. He plays Isis as his main, and Set and Ra is the most. He only has a total of 50 games outside of his 300 nearly on Egyptian gods. So we're in a treat to see a good Egyptian player here.
It makes me wonder if we found a Smurf account. You never know. You never know who this actually is. I'm not familiar with the name. Let us know if we should be familiar with this name, but I am not. Looking like pretty standard opening. I do love Set. I've been liking seeing a lot of Set. He is going for the boar, actually looking like to do some damage to the Berserk on that side, and then just scouting out with the baboon. Pretty good start. And I like the vision opening right away to see the relics. I think that's valuable. Let's just take a look. We've got drop sites cheaper, pretty nice. Caravans cheaper, pretty nice, but not until much later in the game. In Marsh, we got a lot of relics. We got the buildings, attack, bonus damage, attack of counter infantry, pretty solid. Heroes do more damage to myth units, and one more. We got 6 on this map. Buildings more resistant to siege, so pretty solid relics overall. And what do you think of Set recently with the different patches and different strategies coming out, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, Set's been, it's slowly been coming to be one that I've really enjoyed watching. I've seen some very unique ways that players use animals, not just for food anymore, but to get this positioning across the map and be able to do something different. So it's been good. And, some of the games we've casted recently, I've actually enjoyed watching Set. And one little note is all of these games that we're casting for the players in the tournament are submitted by the players. There's replays. Some are going to be wins, some are going to be losses. We don't watch the games before we cast them, so it is the first time we're viewing this.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I'm excited for is really the new strategy we've been seeing out of Egyptian players, right? And that's massing classical age units, particularly the Slinger. With the Electrum Bullets buff to the Slingers, that's been popping up a lot more, particularly for Set and for Ra, who don't have the same sort of heroic age power spike that Isis gets. And it looks like both players kind of opting for a bit slower of an age up, right? We've got Temples just now coming up for HUSKSUPPE, and then Temple just now getting built on the other side. So a little bit surprising, actually, the late Temple on the Odin side. I usually think getting the Ravens out really early is nice, and I'd be curious to see how much scouting he's had. Not a ton.
Yeah, not a ton. Just a little bit towards the center of the map. I mean, he does only have one Berserk out there currently doing the scouting for him. You see that 2 Berserk strategy often being used a lot more and more actually towards the standard.
I see it a lot. Good route, though. He's had really good pathing to get a bunch of information with limited movement. He's pretty much spotted every relic and the key barriers to get to the opponent's base. I feel like this map in particular, that's the info you need. Also interesting, no Great Hunt cast yet, so clearly waiting for that classical age timing to actually use Great Hunt. I usually just use it right away, but interesting to see that we actually do have him holding on to that, whereas Vision was dropped right away on the other side.
Yeah, very good to note. So we do see Freya coming up on the north side. What god did we take on the Egyptian side? Let's see.
We've got Ptah, so yeah, this is going to be the Slingers. That's what we're expecting to see. We get the massive Shadoof buff, is one of the best techs in the game. I would say Shadoof is an incredible tech, just bonuses to all your gathering. And then we have Electrum Bullets. That's the big one, right? And we do see relics getting picked up, actually, and it looks like the Buffalo is actually getting involved here, trying to keep the Berserk off, and the healing from the Pharaoh, nice micro, actually, to keep this alive. I like it.
Nice, though. What Jet is going to come down to help make sure that priest doesn't go down while he's carrying it, and the priest goes down, and at the same time, so does the Berserk. One for one, even.
I guess I'll do it myself, the Pharaoh says. Actually, kind of unfortunate. I think that priest could have garrisoned, but we had the houses in the way. No way you could see that exact situation coming up, but a little bit unfortunate there for Torgale. Just coming out on the map now, he's got the big set army, and what do we see in response? Great Halls, 2 of them coming up, and a Longhouse, so I'm pretty sure we're about to see a ton of units coming out. Do you think we can get any damage done with this measly Wadjet plus animal army before then?
I don't think so. He does have 2 Hearser ready to go, so he's going to be able to effectively go against these myth units that he has out here. I do want to see Husk pick up the hero damage. I want to see the hero damage relic picked up so he can effectively go against these Egyptian asses that they're going to be coming out with in the classical and heroic ages.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going over to Torgale, so sniping that relic right out from under him, and actually the Hearser was right there. He was right on the way, but got picked up right before, and we do see the second TC. This is one of the things I like about Set. These animals aren't very strong, but when it comes to an immediate fight over a fast 2 TC in the classical age, this is enough. This is probably going to be enough to
cavalry is engaging onto the animals. We see the first little engagement here for Raid Cat, but that Wadjet is getting massive damage out on these units. Actually, we do see a few more of the animals go down. They're going to extend back in. They're going for the Pharaoh right now. Great move to get him off, slow down the build speed. Maybe we can take him down and delay it. No, he gets garrisoned. Villagers are safe. These units probably have to back out here pretty soon. Oh,
villagers fighting. Yeah, villagers getting in on the action a little bit, taking down the Axemen. I like to see that. Valkyrie's gonna go down.
Goes down.
Oh, Pharaoh pops out with the relic back in, keeps the relic alive. Forest fire used. I don't know that that's going to make a huge difference. I bet that would have been a lot more effective early into the fight, but overall, successful defense. We got the town center up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when the 5 villagers actually moved to wood in the original portion, I thought that would have been a good placement for the forest fire. If anything, all he's done is take out a little bit of tree position that he was going to use in the future. But we do have another army coming up, and this one has more Hearser in it as well. So, potential to see another engagement very quickly here.
Yeah, and I'd almost would have preferred just to see forest fire here, right? Because this isn't the area you're going to be penetrating the defenses. It's really this upfront forest that's going to cause issues. But I feel like at that point in the fight with forest fire, sometimes you just want to use it because it's not going to have a huge impact pretty much no matter what you do. But army mass going up pretty big here. We actually haven't seen much of an army come out from Torgale. No hint of an age up either. I'm curious where the resources are all going. I mean, I'm sure we had Shadoof come through. Armory's been built, so maybe some armory upgrades. Villagers getting caught up.
Cavalry goes in directly to the villagers, and they are going to get a tremendous amount of damage out. We see 1 drop going for a second. The animals are moving in with Wadjet and the priests in the back line going towards them. Oh man, he's just going to take the villagers.
Get the ships out, man. They're getting the ships out.
Wow.
Yeah, and with the villager shivs and a couple of spearmen, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. There were some serious casualties in that fight. A lot of villagers going down. I like that he pulled them out to fight, and we do have another town center, right? So as long as those villager counts remain pretty close, which they still are remaining, I feel like not too big of a loss for Torgale.
Yeah, not bad. I think at this point I'd like to see Husk probably mass a little bit more of an army or go for a quick age if he's not planning to go for a forward assault. He does go towards getting his second town center up, which is much closer position towards the first of the Egyptian players. So we'll see how he plays this out.
Yeah, and we do see Electrum bullets coming through, so I expect we're going to start seeing some slinger mass. So I like the raiding cavalry primary choice for the army from HUSKSUPPE. It's a good choice knowing that those slingers are coming, but we do have spearmen supplemented in. So if we go strictly raiding cav, that's what the axemen are for. We need to take out those spearmen first, getting a little bit more damage here. Valkyrie's coming through and raiding, picking off a villager. Another villager goes down to the raiding cav. Really nice micro, attacking 2 places at once, and that's got to be difficult to react to.
Definitely. I mean, right now, while the position is definitely in the favor of Torgale, I think these raids are putting a little bit of pressure. The villager counts are very much similar, even though that second town center has been up for quite some time. So it's a very effective use on Husk's side to just put pressure down and make sure he's not getting an advantage from the second town center.
Yeah, looks like maybe another villager kill. This one might get away. Yeah, just barely gets away, but these Valkyrie are just going to run back out, heal up, and come back in to try and finish that kill. Really nice raiding going on here. And I feel like this does highlight a bit why Egyptians can struggle. You know, this town center is roughly acting as a My Gold stronghold, but it's not as powerful and not as flexible on where you can place it. And without having the heroic age on the Egyptian side, we can see how that can be challenging for them. They really need that infrastructure to help support their armies.
Without a doubt. Yeah, but so far things have been pretty tame. Not any strong pushes on either side or the other. It does look like Husk is catching up, like we said, on the villager counts, but militaristically he is outnumbering him nearly 2-1. So it might be getting close to that critical mass point where Husk is able to get a more stronger push rather than just a raid.
Yeah, a little bit of a raid attempting to come through here, but we do have the walls ready to go. Wadjet, slingers, and spearmen going to be coming up and trying to defend this. Hopefully the villagers get pulled in time. He's keeping them out as long as he can, knowing that this wall is going to go down. We do have the spearmen ready. I think he's actually in a good position to take this.
Yeah, he decides to pull back, which I don't think is the wrong decision. You break the wall, you prepare yourself to be able to move again once you have a better position. Oh no, it's going to be going in for a full trade. Cavalry going with the Valkyrie directly onto the Wadjets. They were mispositioned, and right now the first one looks like it is going to go down. Units are being put in, 1 or 2 cav going down towards the villagers on the back end as they pull back and get drawn away with idle time. And these units are chasing them directly all the way up to the first town center right now.
And this why I want to see more priest, right? Because the problem is there's nothing to deal with these Valkyrie in this army right now, and we see Thundering Hooves actually queued up ahead of time, but we need to see more priests to be able to deal with this. You know, the priest's not great at taking on Valkyries. They're a lot slower, and the range isn't a big factor. Nice little surround going on, picking off more units. I like this aggression.
Yes. The throwing axemen are doing a terrific job of taking these spearmen out of the fight when they try to move in towards these Valkyrie. It's very effective positioning, going back and forth from Husk to counter each unit with what types he has.
Bit of a pinch now to armies from 2 different angles. Pharaoh in the action. I want to see that Pharaoh get on the Valkyrie, but looks like Husk says I'll just attack in 2 different places. Better micro inside of the fight and taking out more units, I think.
Yeah, right now it seems like we do have the Egyptian player Torgale actually getting more even the military side. The military counts are much more within reason compared to just a few moments ago when we looked where he was outnumbered 2-1.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to be primed for a pretty active heroic age.
Yeah, we see the age up coming through already for HUSKSUPPE, going through Nord, getting the mountain giants out. Love to see that. That's what you need right now is some siege to do some damage after these skirmishes. We don't see any hint of an age up on the other side, I don't believe. Yeah, just Shadoof coming in a bit late.
Torgale is moving in. Torgale is moving in right now, and we see Husk pushing back towards his base, not wanting to take this trade. He's getting a lot of this production is coming up and is at risk right now. Is he going to move in?
Yeah, yes, look at this slinger mass too. 20 slingers, that's a lot.
Oh man, I don't think we have enough throwing axemen to be able to counter that right now. And they move in. The first Wadjet is going to go down. A massive amount of spearmen are chasing them down. Instantly, Husk knows he has to back away. He does not have the units to be able to counter all those spearmen early on. No, he's going to go in. Back in. Let's see another trade. Right now, it looks like he is getting a better end of it. He is isolating the infantry and being able to use what little mass he does. The slingers are knocking out every
slinger numbers.
Slinger numbers took out all the... Age up came through.
Yeah, yes. Walking Woods are going to be cast. That's going to change the tides of this fight because this slinger mass is looking great, but suddenly in town center, we got to worry about that as well.
Walking Woods moves in. They're pressuring the town center as the cavalry is holding back the whole army towards the front of the base. Currently, Husk's numbers are getting thinned quite effectively, and Torgale has to back up. He's down to just slingers, and those slingers are not going to be able to take out those raiding cavalry. The town center is less than 25% HP. Going down. Walking Woods is really actually being underrated, in my opinion.
Only 1 tree goes down from that push, too. He's still got almost the entire Walking Woods army, and there's no priest or pharaoh to deal with this between the Walking Woods and the giant. If we don't get priest or pharaoh out, he's got a couple he's building in the back, just accepting, I think, at this point that he's going to lose this entire forward base. He doesn't have enough of a mass to respond to this, and I wonder, does he look to try and get up to the heroic age himself, or do you just need to mass units at this point?
He's going to get outscaled, but he doesn't have enough units to be able to...
Oh, he calls it right there. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think it's the right call at this point. You can't go heroic. You just don't have quite enough, and if you don't make units right now, this army's going to keep coming. There's plenty of siege in this army with the Mountain Giant and Walking Woods, and this is why I think Nord is so good. If we did a minor god tier list, he'd be up there for me. I think it's just a great combo of exactly what you need as a Norse player to finish a game, get that siege out, and just take down infrastructure. I love it.
Yeah, and Husk, I think he did 2 things exceptionally well this game. One was macroing his units into being able to make effective trades on villagers to let that second town center that was put 5 minutes before his own second be ineffective. Any villagers he got in a lead were just picked off one by one from raids, which was done exceptionally well. And 2 was being able to choose and pick battles very effectively between the first and second town centers, changing directions, attacking at multiple places, letting him sacrifice units to get the better fight for him.
Yeah,
really well done.
Absolutely. And I love the multiple attacks multiple raids from different angles. We'll have to watch out for that from Husk inside of the tournament itself, because I don't know that I would let him get his hands on Odin. I think I might be picking that god before him. I think Odin's going to be one of the powerful ones in this tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be a contested pick for sure. And shout out to Husk. We're excited to have him. And I think people are going to be a little worried about his own play coming up.
Yeah, we'll have to see. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching this cast, and we'll see you in the next one.